guys, what's up? My name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be filming a video called Predicting 5-Star Reads. And yeah, I've been seeing this video going around BookTube for quite some time now, and there are some books that I see that I'm like, you know what, that could possibly get a 5 out of 5 for me, and I might, that might end up being one of the best books I've ever read in my life. So I have 5 books that I'm going to be predicting that I'm going to give 5 stars to all of these 5 books. I don't give 5-star ratings very often. It's very lucky that I've already given like 2 so far this year in January. Like, that never happens for me. Don't give out 5-star ratings very often. 5-star rating is a big deal for me. So these 5 books are books that I'm thinking and hoping I will give 5 stars. That's saying a lot about how high my expectations are for these, so hoping to make some kind of video in response to this video later this year once I've read all these books, because I do plan on reading all 5 of these books within the year. So by the way, these books are just all very particular to my taste, and I have reasons for why I personally think I'll give them 5 stars. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be books that are like right up your alley, because you know, we're all different. So yeah, let's just jump right into the first one. So the first book that I think that I'm going to give 5 stars to is The Goldfinch by n.e.r.d, and that's for a couple different reasons. The main one is that I read The Secret History earlier this year, and even though it wasn't like my favorite book of all time, I really loved n.e.r.d's writing style, and a lot of people always say you either like The Secret History or The Goldfinch, and so since I didn't absolutely love The Secret History, I'm thinking maybe The Goldfinch will be more my taste, and because lately I've been getting super into literary fiction and I've just really grown like a love for it, and this one follows this young boy named Theo who gets adopted into like a more elite family, and that's just something that I'm super interested in. I feel like it's going to be a story about, you know, his identity and growing up, and I do believe that this one spans decades just like The Secret History does. So yeah, and this one's just been praised like non-stop in the last couple years, and it is getting a movie adaptation, so I'm hoping that this one will be a 5-star book for me. The second book that I'm hoping will get 5 stars is Renegades by Marissa Meyer, because one, The Lunar Chronicles is my favorite series of all time. I loved all 4 books in The Lunar Chronicles, and those are some of my favorite books of all time, and Marissa Meyer, because of that series, has become one of my favorite authors, and this book is about superheroes and supervillains, which is something that I love, so I'm really hoping I love this one. And not to mention my BFF Dylan gave this one 5 stars, and he's also very picky about what he reads, and we tend to have the same views. Super excited to read this. I really hope it's 5 stars for me. The third one on my list is Forever Right Now by Emma Scott. Emma Scott had 2 books on my favorites of the year last year, and they were just so amazing. This is a new adult romance, and this isn't a sequel, but it's a companion book to her book The Butterfly Project that I really enjoyed. It follows the side characters in The Butterfly Project. It follows the girl that's like best friends with Beckett from The Butterfly Project. Love Emma Scott's writing. She's become one of my new favorite authors. I have loved everything I've read by her so far, and yeah, the fact that The Butterfly Project is one of my favorite books of all time has encouraged me to want to pick up all of her books, and this one in particular I feel like I'm definitely gonna love. So sorry I don't have more of a description of what this book is about. I just know that it follows the main girl that's like one of the side characters in The Butterfly Project, and I know that it's like her story, and I think she falls in love with this guy who's like a lawyer, I want to say. I don't know, I don't remember, don't quote me on that, but yeah. The fourth book on my list is Behind the Bars by Brittany C. Cherry, and this one is on my list because it's Brittany C. Cherry. I've loved almost every single book she's put out, and she has some of my favorite books of all time, like The Gravity of Us and Loving Mr. Daniels. Like, she's such a good writer, so I just have a feeling I'm going to love this one, as I've loved most of her work in the past. That's a new adult romance. I know that it takes place in New Orleans, which is super interesting, and that both characters really connect because of music, so that's also really cool. And judging by the cover, I think this is an interracial relationship, but don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure, but I think it is, which would make it even better, so lit. Can't wait to read this one. I hope it'll be 5 stars. Ugh! And the last one that I have is The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Boyne, because this was Book of the Month's Book of the Year pick, and I highly trust Book of the Month and their opinions, because the other books that were in the top 5 for Book of the Year were The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Little Fires Everywhere, which were both 5-star books for me, so I'm hoping that this one is also going to be a 5-star book for me. I'm becoming more in love with literary fiction, and this is also a literary fiction. It follows this young boy named Cyril who gets adopted, and you'll notice a theme here because The Goldfinch is also about a young boy who gets adopted, so I'm thinking there might be like similarities between these two. I don't know. And this one is classified as an LGBT book, so it kind of sounds like the young boy might have a crush or like a relationship with his closest male friend. I don't know. Yeah, and it kind of sounds like A Little Life in the way that it says that it like spans decades and it really revolves around this like friendship between these two boys. And yeah, I just know that this is a story about identity and that it spans decades, and that it's the author of The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which is a book that I haven't read, but I saw the movie and it was like the most emotional thing ever. It was about the Holocaust, you know, and I'm super curious to read this one. I really hope I love it. So yeah, those are all the official books that I wanted to make for this video that I think I'm going to give 5 stars to. Some other books that I could possibly give 5 stars to is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, Female of the Species, and Big Little Lies. But like with these ones, I'm not like totally sure. Like they could go either way for me, you know? So like I don't want to just be like, yeah, I'll give these 5 stars. Like these 5 that I mentioned in the video are ones that I'm pretty confident, like I would be surprised if they didn't get 5 stars from me. So yeah, that concludes this video. I hope to make later this year a video in response to this once I have read all 5 of these books. I mean, I'm gonna give myself at least till the end of the year because come on, dude. These 3 books are all insanely long. This one is like 600 pages, this one is like 600 pages, and this one's like 800, I think, so I'm gonna give myself some time. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. Do you guys have any books that you are like for sure thinking you're gonna give 5 stars to? And if so, what are they? Because I would love to check them out. And are there any books that you think that I would give 5 stars that are not on my radar that I should definitely be checking out that are similar to any of these books that I just mentioned? Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time. Hey!